What is going on in the Loop, fans? It is Drew here, currently sitting on the tram, heading into Disney's Hollywood Studios. Here we are in the park. I haven't been here in a long time. So the last time I was here, the Great Movie Ride was still around. So was that August? Anyways, it's time to come in, check in to see all of the new things that are going on. Got lots of new updates for you guys as we wander around. So let's see what we can find here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now the park is pretty much heavily under construction, so you can really feel the crowds when you're at this park. It doesn't have to have long lines for things, but it definitely feels busy just because of all the little things that are closed currently for all of the construction going on. Alright, first up for us here, we've got some Star Wars Galaxy Edge construction. Yeah, that's this wall here. That's going to be your entrance into the land. There's two different entrances inside this park. This is the one over by Muppets. So it's pretty neat here. You've got this big concrete themed wall with the Millennium Falcon emblem there. Photo pass, of course, gotta take your picture because it's Walt Disney World and you gotta get some money. But live your adventure in 2019. It's gonna open up right there. This wall is massive. It's not like your normal refurb wall. Like, it is huge. When you see the kids there standing next to it is so small compared to that giant wall. It's really weird how big it is, but I guess they really don't want you peeking in. The only way you can really peek in is through the parking lot as you're driving in. So this is my drive into the park. You can see some construction going on here of those fancy Star Wars looking buildings. And then the back of the show building here, also really big. That's, you can see into this one, but now as we turn the corner here a little bit, this show building is completely solid now. Can't really see what's going on in there, but pretty impressively, massively buildings. Good stuff. It's a fun timeline there. And there's another shot of the show building here inside of the park. I also really enjoyed the guy in the lower corner here, how he's chewing a straw. Thought that was neat. But yeah, not a whole lot you can see. More themed big walls. I also find this interesting. So they built this themed Star Wars wall, but they didn't tear down the Streets of America facade behind it. I don't really know why, but it's still got that facade. It says apartments behind it. Speaking of Streets of America, this Muppet A Nightmare Before Christmas gift shop has changed dramatically. If you look on the outside, it's now closed off, and you can't get in through these doors. I have that Disneyland sign. I should buy this. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, if you can see here, the wall inside the gift shop is now a permanent wall, and so the gift shop is much smaller than it used to be. That was there before, and now this is walled off the second half of that gift shop. Whether it be for a meet and greet or something else, who knows? But the gift shop is certainly smaller. Up next on our tour is construction at Mickey's Runaway Railroad. It's the new 2.5D ride going to the Great Movie Rides location. Got some nice ads for it here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. You can see the Chinese theater in the background of that poster. Who knows if the park will stay Disney's Hollywood Studios? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I mean, this ride will fit into Hollywood Studios, but at the same time, it wouldn't shock me if the park's name gets changed. Speaking of wouldn't shock me, so this is kind of neat. There was some important guy with a clipboard standing outside of the Great Movie Ride area. You can see he's got a hard hat and a clipboard. He's out there. They're looking at something. They were looking at plans. They were looking over there. So I wonder what's going on over here. Found that really interesting. So much so that gotta start focusing on it again. I think I got caught filming on that shot. But there they are, outside the Great Movie Ride. Or Mickey's Runaway Railroad. Some neat little signage there on the door. I wonder if the wait time sign is going to stay the same, or if they're going to have a different wait time sign once the ride is done. Alright, here's the only part of Toy Story Land you can see from inside of the park. Just a little bit of the Tinker Toy structure up there. The roller coaster is complete. We've seen it testing. But speaking of construction, check out this wait time for Toy Story Mania, because it's down to just 2 tracks right now, but all of its queue is outside, so that's your fast pass queue. You can see all the refurb walls now behind the main entrance, and so you come down this way and you actually merge outside. But look at that. Nobody goes inside. It's all under refurb inside there, and all of the queue is outside. That sounds hot and miserable and terrible. This is extra, like, queue we have over here if they really need it. And over here is some more. But they're not using that. And think about that. It's already a 115-minute wait. They're not using all of their queue. I can't imagine what this would be like on a really busy day. Behind that wall, more Star Wars land. That's where the queue now merges for the ride. But see, everyone stands outside. You actually crosses the midway there, so you have to have people direct traffic and let the queue cross the midway. Not necessarily the best setup, I would say. Wonder what's going on there. I assume they're just redoing the queue because the queue is eventually going to enter through Toy Story Land rather than on this side. And more queue over here. One thing that's cool is the Cruz Ramirez. You can meet Cruz Ramirez's car here from Cars 3. So I went out of my way to meet Cruz. Look at that, great spot. Now, fun story here. You are not supposed to go over by that piston cup, which I really wanted to do. See, sneaked over here. I'm like, piston cup, I'm the champion, and I got yelled at, so I had to run away. Walt Disney Presents is now in the location of One Man's Dream. It's pretty much exactly the same, only it's different here. 2/3 of it is now the same, and you've got some models for like Toy Story Land. You can see the Slinky Dog coaster there. As long as with the trains. Trains look pretty awesome. And then you also have other things coming into Hollywood Studios. So it's not just the old Walt stuff. This took place where Walt's Epcot speech was inside, and now it's more models for the upcoming stuff for the park. So that was Toy Story, and now we've got Star Wars Land. I will say these models do look really great, although they don't show how many people are going to be in the park jammed in there. But the building construction does look awesome. So I'm pretty excited for this land, and I like the fact that they've got stuff hyping up all of their new attractions in here. So that's good. It's good stuff. It's a good move. And the models do look awesome. We'll give them that. Just looking around. We'll zoom in on the people. People don't look all that cool. They're just silhouettes, but that's okay. That's not what we're supposed to be focusing on here. Yeah, the model is way more trying to show off the architecture of the land and all the details of the building. It doesn't really matter if the people are just silhouettes. Although, you gotta think they gotta shove at least 400 or 500 more people into the model for it to be accurate. We got some signage explaining what's going on with Galaxy Edge. So that's pretty good stuff there. And then another picture drawing. We've seen that one. That's the same picture. Concept art there. It's been all over the place. But I will say Star Wars Galaxy Edge, it's going to be great, and I'm really excited for it. 2019. Also, you can meet Groot, Baby Groot, and Star-Lord inside there. There they are. Hello. One thing that's really weird is the merchandise is for Mission Breakout, the attraction. So this is definitely a Disney's California Adventure Mission Breakout magnet, and then a t-shirt. See, it even says Galaxy Mission Breakout on it. So that's kind of weird. I don't know why that's here, but oh well, maybe we're the only ones that noticed. Final thing to focus on here inside the former One Man's Dream, you've got more Runaway Railroad concept art and pictures. You can see them drawing them, all the different scenes, different pictures from the ride that are going to be out there. It's really cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm still bitter that Great Movie Ride is going. I think this ride could have gone anywhere, and it doesn't need to go into the iconic Chinese theater. I think Great Movie Ride could have stayed. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe you guys think I should shut up about complaining about that. But I would like Great Movie Ride to stay. The only real thing of interest to me is, so they've got all of this wordage here, but they're calling it a 2.5D ride where no glasses are required. I'm not quite sure exactly what that means, but I don't know if it's going to be like projection mapping or detailed sets that are going to have screens on it, but it's 2.5D. No glasses required. So that's awesome. New technology there. Speaking of this, new technology, I don't know what technology we're in, but how is Kylo Ren and Darth Vader alive in the same show at the same time? That makes no sense. Another thing that's new and great here is the Baseline Tap House. This area was all walled off last time I was here, and now it is open for business. Fantastic new bar here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It took place at the former spot of the Writer Shop, and man, I gotta tell you, great craft beer, really pretty location. You can wander in here. It's the Baseline Tap House. What they got on the menu? Let's find out. Well, here you go. You got all your different California beers for 2 different sizes. You can build your own flight. The only thing that's weird is cider is more expensive. I don't know why. And then you've got some wines. They actually sell Star Wars wine here. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but they have the Star Wars line here at Baseline Tap House. If you were interested in getting a beverage, gotta recommend it. Hung out here a lot yesterday and had fun. Nice little theming up here as well. Good place. I'd definitely say this is a big win for Disney's Hollywood Studios. And a thing that hasn't gotten a lot of wins recently. Until Star Wars opens. Yeah, beer. There's one final look at the area outside of Baseline Tap House. The one thing that's really kind of problematic with this place is it's all outdoor seating except for a small little bit. Alright, the Muppets Fountain is back. It's definitely budget cut. It's not as exciting as it was before, but it's no longer a lantern. The Muppets Fountain has returned. So you'll be able to get all the Muppet wetness that you ever wanted to imagine if you're looking at it. So it does look really neat, but it's definitely budget cut from the time before. It's not nearly as advanced as the fountain. But Miss Piggy is back. Another thing that's really sweet about Hollywood Studios right now is their craft beer and their little pop-up bar stands. They have so many of them now. So like there's one over there, and there was one here, and that one also has draft beer. Like they've got draft beer, and there's like pop-up bar stands that are really impressive, and I am surprised. I wonder if it's a lack of food and beverage, a lack of things to do, but they have a lot of beer stands. Phantasmic is having an anniversary this year, so you've got a Phantasmic anniversary figure, so that is pretty cool. And also you got this Phantasmic shirt for the ladies, and a Phantasmic sweatshirt, in case you got to get your Phantasmic gear on. Alright, a couple of constructional things that are outside of the park as we drive in. They're building a new entrance, so you've got a new entranceway coming into the park here. That's what all of this construction is. It's right off of the main thing here across from Wide World of Sports. Was that the Osceola Parkway? Yes, that is Osceola Parkway. So right off of that, you got all this construction going on here. You got heavy lifting equipment. You got roads being created and bridges and all that kind of stuff. And also inside the parking lot here, we got this pylons. I don't know if this is for the Skyway or what's going on here, but this construction was loud. You could really hear these things getting pounded into the ground. And they actually shook the ground a little bit. Alright, back inside now. It's Galaxy Edge merchandise time. Of course, you can't miss an opportunity to sell merchandise. So Galaxy Edge coming in 2019, landing in 2019. That's clever. But you still got some shirts, like the girls' shirts, and then this is a guy's shirt. And you got DJ Rex hat here, landing 2019. So that's good stuff. And then the other thing you got here is a tumbler. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty sweet. Stainless steel material there. I'm trying to get out of the shadow of that shot, but there I am. And a pin set, of course. Couldn't be fun without a pin set. One more shirt there. Also really funny is Skywalker Vineyards. They got Skywalker Vineyards, and they actually sell this wine in, oh, that's the olive oil. That's kind of weird, but it comes with a pour spout, in case you need a pour spout for your olive oil. Right there. So they actually sell this wine in the Baseline Tap House by the glass. So if you don't want to pay the ridiculous price of whatever they're charging here, you can see that one's $34. That one's much more expensive. You can get them at Baseline Tap House, which is just for a glass. So that's neat. The lady told us when we were in there. Speaking of merchandise, you got the AT-AT popcorn bucket. And I don't exactly understand how it works, and then we realize, oh, the popcorn just sits inside of it. It's not like a container or anything, so that's no fun. This sweet shop is apparently closing, so figured we'd come show you in here, because it might be going away soon. You can get all your sweetie deliciousness in here, like candy apples and Rice Krispie treats and all of that good sugary stuff that is delicious, and then it makes you really thirsty a little bit later, so then you have to get a beverage, and it's a never-ending cycle of thirst and hunger that you have at a theme park. But we don't want you to leave a theme park unless you have if you still have a dime left in your pocket. I thought that shape looked kind of funny. What do you think? What does it look like to you? Alright, so that has concluded our time here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. You got to see all the construction update of Star Wars Land, Toy Story Land, Toy Story Mania, Mickey's Runaway Railroad, the rumored closings of a sweet shop, and all of that good stuff. You know, I bet we're going to get here sooner than 6 months. Since it's been quite a while since we've been back at Hollywood Studios. We'll be here more frequently now, I bet. But thank you for watching this video and all of our other videos here on our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/InTheLoopPodcast. You can follow me on Twitter at DrewTheIntern. I'm also on Untapped at DrewTheIntern, so the beers I'm drinking at Baseline Tap House. You can check in and follow along with us on that. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're listening to our podcast, because that is a great thing. Thanks for visiting. And we will see you guys on the Midway, whether it's here or somewhere else.